Kia ora, Wellington, and how is everyone doing today on this restful Labor weekend? Now, continuing on the subject of Pridelands being, a community, or in this case, a village, I want to touch on our next service, which in this case is Pride in Action. Now, you're probably wondering, what is Pride in Action? Now, Pride in Action is one of our services that is based on our mentoring services, and it's broken up into 3 parts. So Pride in Action is the first one, of course, is Pride at Home, which is a version of Pride in Action, which involves mentoring in the home. Pride in School, which involves mentoring in school, obviously, and then one that we call Pride in the City. Now, Pride in the City, you're probably wondering, what is Pride in the City? Pride in the City is all about helping young people who, for whatever reason, they're not in school, or for those who've been stood down, or simply, let's just say removed from school, for whatever reasons. Now, every school have their reasons why they remove, certain young people who, for some reason, they may class as being antisocial, or violence, and so on and so forth, every school have their reason. But for us at Pridelands, while those reasons matter, and we put that into consideration, our focus is the young person. Our focus is to help the young person regulate, is to help the young person understand those emotions, and to reflect on, why and how they've acted that way, or more importantly, to even understand what is going on, because many young people don't quite understand what is going on within them. So we as mentors at Pridelands help the young person to understand, to help them to regulate, and we provide the appropriate tools that they can use to help keep them on track or back on track. Pride in School, naturally, is designed to mentor young people within schools. We work with young people between the age range of 4 to 17. We do have a couple of Pridelands who we work with who are, older than that. But generally, of course, is to help the young person regulate in school so that they can, acquire their education. Because it's very important. As mentors, we are not qualified teachers, Our job is to help young people regulate. So the good news is, by creating a round table, in this case a wraparound, we as mentors are one of the most important tools at that wraparound table. We help the young person to regulate so that the teachers are able to teach, and hopefully the psychologists can be able to do their job, and and everybody else, social workers and so on, can do their part. So we are in fact the first line of defense. So we come in to help the young person, be a lot more accommodating, educate them about being accommodating, help them learn about their feelings, their emotions, and then in that sense, or through that process, everybody else can do their job around the young person. And then the final one, of course, is Pride at Home. Naturally, of course, that's designed to help young people, regulate at home. Because the fact is, many young people feel very comfortable at home, which is normal, it's natural, Home is where you can be yourself. Home is where you can be the best of yourself, and I hate to say it, the worst of yourself as well. So for many young people, that is just what we call ground zero, So it is where you can witness, the good and the bad. And so for many families, the bad can be so bad that is just hard to manage within the family alone. So we as mentors, are often invited into the home to come and help a young person to regulate. And other than teaching them to, learn their emotions and how to regulate and communicate them with family, we also teach the family, in this case, the parents as well, indirectly, how to, I guess, if you will, communicate back with a young person and hopefully create a harmonious environment. So, as you can see, when it comes to our mentoring services, there's 3 of them. Pride at Home, Pride in School, and Pride in the City. And these 3, I guess if you will, services under Pride in Action in a sense, a form of a respite program, really, to provide respite for schools so that schools can teach, to provide respite to families so that families can have that quality time with their children, and of course, to provide respite for young people who, for whatever reason, who are not in school, and to provide them that respite so that they don't, go around seeking trouble from all corners of the city. Because when many young people have been stood down and boredom kicks in, well, you can imagine what many of them get up to. So, as mentors, this service is an amazing way to have mentors such as us come in to help young people understand themselves, understand what is happening, more importantly, to understand how they can navigate through our society by giving them the appropriate tools to use in the appropriate moment and time. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening again. And I believe the Pride in Action, in fact, is the last respite service we have at Prideland. So it's quite a lot, isn't it? So we have what? Overnight sleepover. We have overnight respite care in the home. We have in-home care, which can also be classed, in fact, as a Pride in Action. And now we have, then we have our adventure weekends, which I've already mentioned earlier. So the likes of the adventure weekends. We have the Pride Escape, and then of course our latest, addition, the Pride Games, which was just recently hosted at South Wellington Intermediate School. So thank you to South Wellington Intermediate School for partnering with us to provide the Pride Games. And I look forward to sharing our other services, which are not necessarily, respite services, but are equally important as well. Thank you very much, Wellington. Have a good day. See you around. Bye.